Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. We have some pretty exciting news from the This Week at Bungie blog regarding the PC release, the Prestige raid, and also some news about Bungie's reaction to our feedback about the Endgame. They talk about some really cool stuff this week, so let's take a look. So first up, we have the details for the PC release schedule. The PC release will not have a rolling release like it did with the console version. Instead, Bungie is opting to open the game up for everyone around the world at the same time. Destiny 2 will go live worldwide October 24th at 10 AM Pacific Time. That's 1 PM Eastern, 6 PM for London, and so on and so forth. Now, for some regions, this will fall into October 25th. To help you find your exact release time, Bungie has provided a very handy link to convert your time over, which I will also put in the description of this video. Also, the minimum and recommended PC specs have been updated for the final release of the game. As you can see right before you, the recommended clock speed of the CPU and the RAM are really the only thing you'll have to pay attention to. Otherwise, you can pretty much run this game on almost any computer. Also, the storage. It recommends 68 gigabytes of space, likely to also accommodate for future expansions. I'm very excited for the PC release and can't wait to get even more of you into this awesome game. Next, we have some details on the release of the Prestige raid. As many of you already know, the Prestige mode for Leviathan was originally scheduled for release this past Tuesday. That release was delayed to next Wednesday to allow Bungie to address a glitch in the Callus encounter that prevented ads from spawning, thus making the encounter much easier to complete. Well, it turns out that Bungie will not be prepared to fix the issue in time for the Prestige launch. The issue seems to be a lot more involved and complicated to fix than initially thought. They're continuing to investigate the issue and will put out a fix for it in a future update. Until then, the raid will still launch on Wednesday as scheduled. However, Bungie is placing in methods that will detect the use of this exploit in order to determine a legitimate World's First completion. So if you're racing for World's First, don't use this glitch because Bungie will be able to detect it and you will be disqualified. If you're not racing for World's First, then I guess you can use the glitch. Go have fun. The final major topic of This Week at Bungie was in response to feedback. It's no secret that many people, including me, are a bit disappointed in the lack of depth for the endgame. Well, Bungie has finally acknowledged this for the first time in today's blog post. Community Manager Cosmos states, "Ever since launch, there has been feedback posted anywhere and everywhere that discussions about Destiny 2 happen on the internet. I'm always dialed into our own feedback forum as well as other avenues you travel to share your ideas with us. Some topics are as broad as ways to make the Crucible more fun, some are much more specific like add a method to mass delete shaders. We're reading as much of your chatter as we possibly can. There are millions of you after all. One thing that we have noticed is a lot of discussion about the endgame and how it can be improved. Right now, these discussions are also happening in our studio. We are listening, but need time to digest everything and draw up the best plans for the future. We will have more to say on this soon. Please stay tuned and keep the conversation rolling." So there you have it. The designers and developers of this game are hard at work over at Bungie trying to address these issues. And that's really the emphasis I want to give to this statement, is that we have to remember that Bungie is made up of real people. They're designers and developers just trying to make a living, designing a game that not only will you love, but they will love playing as well. So it just bums me out to see aggressive hate over on the forums. Let's try our best to be more constructive with our feedback. That really goes out to anyone who might be seeing this who doesn't usually spend time on this channel. I know everyone that is a regular here is very respectful, and I love having conversations with you about the game. If you really hate the game that much, then don't play it anymore. If you like the game, then just have a little bit of faith in Bungie that they have the ability to rectify some of these issues. Although with that said, I wouldn't hold my breath for any major changes anytime soon. I think we can expect a big overhaul around the first DLC. Major content releases are also usually supplemented with big updates to fix some things with quality of life, sandbox tuning, economy, etc. And of course, this will always be available to all players, regardless of whether or not you have the DLC. They just use it as an opportunity to launch everything at once. So here's to hoping we see some changes sooner than later. I'm a little worried about the November time frame. It seems a bit dry, especially since we don't have any communications about future live events. I think we can assume the faction rallies will come back, but if it's the same as it was the first time around, I don't think too many people are going to be participating too heavily, but of course, we'll just have to wait and see. Also, as a quick reminder, the extension for my shirt sale will be ending this Sunday at 11:59 p.m., so that gives you another few days to jump online, get my channel shirt at 30% off using code FF30 at checkout. Also, another huge thanks to everyone who has been purchasing this shirt over the past few weeks. Your support for what I do is much appreciated. Anyways, drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.